afternoon. This is the MCBS Hour, being aired live not from the South Pole, not from the North Pole, but from somewhere in between, in Winter Park, Florida, where it's mostly sunny and bright. I am your host for this week, Isabel, standing in for Jason Gillette, and with me, helping this afternoon, is the lovely Shannon Gillette.
Hello, everybody. It's wonderful to be with you. I hope that you all had a wonderful and relaxing spring break and you had a chance to catch up with, life again before you came back to MCBS and got ready to jump in with both feet. We are going to have a great show today, a lot of exciting things happening, and I'm going to let Isabel take it away and give you some information about what's going on.
Well, this show this afternoon is very, very special. That is because it is being hosted this week by our awesome, talented MCBS students.
Woo!
This is a treat for us, and for the presentation, I will give the mic back to Shannon, and she will take it from here. Go, Shannon.
All right, so our wonderful students, get ready. Be ready to take it away. So, for our portion of Media in the News, Donovan and Ivan, take it away.
Woo! Hello everyone, my name is Ivan Albino. Today me and Donovan will be taking over Media in the News, so let's get started. Alright, so first off, it was just announced on Monday that Beyonce and Jay-Z will be joining forces on a summer tour across the United States. The couple have been making several appearances together in different events, including Grammy Awards and the Beyonce Mrs. Carter World Tour, which was very, very successful, in which it just ended, by the way. They apparently don't want to take a break still. This is why their success and money never fades, of course. The tour will kick off on June 25th, really close to us in Miami, Florida, and will end on August 5th in San Francisco, California. Other cities, if you're interested to know, that the tour will stop by are Philadelphia, Baltimore, Toronto, Atlanta, Dallas, Los Angeles, and many others. I am pretty sure that Beyonce and Jay-Z fans are really excited for this duo to join forces on their tour, and I'm pretty sure that it will be a total success. Another one for their long list. What do you guys think?
Well, are these the two? They're married, right?
Yep.
Okay. I know that I am neither hip nor hop, but it doesn't seem like a bad way to get to spend some time with each other.
Yep. And they have been making appearances, but apparently the people like it, and now they have converted it into a whole summer tour. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, well, good for them. It sounds like a good time.
Yep.
And it's going to be sold out.
No, pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. Just based on my niece and you guys, I can tell that they're pretty popular. But again, I am neither hip nor hop. So
All right. So, in another part of Media in the News, my friend Daniel Talley, he did research on this interesting news. That is that recently Microsoft admitted to a large flaw in the security of its search engine, Internet Explorer. Yeah. So if you use Internet Explorer, it is advised that you switch to Google Chrome, Firefox, or Safari in order to ensure your security on the web, which is that super important. Apparently, hackers are capable of creating websites which install malware onto your computer when you visit them using Internet Explorer. Then, these hackers are able to basically hijack computer and use it as their own. This allows them to spy on your internet activity and gain intelligence on passwords and security information. Since I'm sure most of you aren't interested in being vulnerable while online, it would be wise to switch to a different browser immediately until this problem is fixed.
Yeah, it'd be horrible if anybody found out I cheat with words with friends, so nobody needs to know that.
And now my friend Donovan will take over.
Cool. So NYPD last week sometime sent a tweet encouraging commuters to hashtag my NYPD. This, of course, was a horrible idea, as people started to post their pictures of police brutality, and just went the opposite direction for the force. In their defense, they thought it was a good idea, which it wasn't. After that, the force sent out another advisory, or that's as they put it, they're going to allow each district and each district and each station to manage their own Twitter account and Facebook account, which a lot of social media strategists believe it's a horrible decision, because we now have different stations that have the ability to tweet and post whatever they personally feel is better for the force. So the force now has many different social media accounts going all over the place. That a lot of people do feel that it's going to be very, very, very a big tragedy coming their way.
It'll definitely be an interesting experiment to see what comes from that.
Yeah.
And for the people online in the live radio show, I posted the link because it's really interesting. All the pictures that the people started to post on Twitter.
Yeah, it was horrible for them.
Yeah.
The pictures were hilarious. They even had a picture of a police officer frisking a dog that had a vest on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
That tells you, even if you are social media savvy, be careful with your social media savviness.
Mm-hmm.
Their approach was to build a connection with the community by posting friendly pictures of the cops,
Right.
But that didn't really work out.
So their underlying goal was a very nice goal. Unfortunately, they can't control the message, so
They just didn't know their audience.
Very good.
Know your audience, people. All right.
So that was it for Media in the News.
All right, good job, you guys. We're going to give it up for Donovan and Ivan, and that means that we are moving on to a segment called I Cannot Believe This Is Someone's Job. And John and Martin will be taking it away.
Love it.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
All right. So this is I can't believe this is someone's job, as you can see. And could you go to the next slide, Sean?
Absolutely.
Okay. So the job here is a bike rider and who's a photographer for Google Maps. In 2009, Google hired 2 people to ride around friends on tricycle-looking bikes to take pictures, and their main focus was snapping pictures of historical sites that can be accessed by cars. So imagine being paid to ride around a bicycle just taking pictures, and you're working for Google. The tricycle holds a long pole which has about 9 cameras, a GPS, a computer, and a generator. And all that gear is for 3D images for their street view, which John is going to talk about more.
All right, yeah. What they're doing with this Google Cycle is they're offering bicycle directions for Google Maps. So it'll give you an approximate time of how long it would take if you bicycle to from point A to point B, and it'll give you a good set of directions to take, which is the least amount of traffic, foot traffic, and all that good stuff. And it's going to map out like areas before that you couldn't go with motor vehicles, so like college campuses, little alleyways, stuff like that, ways that you could possibly expedite your trip or speed up your trip from point A to point B, you can now see on Google Maps, and you can get a street shot of the actual, the path you're taking. So you can zoom into a lot of places as opposed to just where the cars could fit before. So I mean, it's a pretty cool thing. And also, if you go to www.google.com/trike, you can actually suggest places for them to ride the tricycle next, so they can add it to their Google Maps area that you would like to see. I mean, you can suggest parks and trails, university campuses, pedestrian malls, theme parks, zoos, landmarks, and sports venues, all for them just, to ride around and show you exactly what it looks like on ground level without actually having to be there in person. And, maybe get a view of where you'd like to visit if you do visit any of those landmarks in the upcoming, time.
I love that idea because there's lots of places that I know that, I'm just not going to make it to. But with this technology, maybe I would go see Mount Rushmore, at least on Google, or go see a little portion of the Appalachian Trail or, things like that. I think it's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, I mean, they have the Golden Gate Bridge right now, Times Square, where there's all typically get very congested. You can do it without, having to actually drive there. And you can see all the sights from a, first-person perspective, so you don't have to, actually deal with New Yorkers.
I'm sure they're very nice.
Yeah, yes.
I think they probably have a reputation that doesn't hold up in reality. I think I'd like to ride one of these bicycles around, to be honest. The tricycles. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty cool. Plus, you get a workout while you're doing it. So, I mean, it's like a free gym membership you get paid to do.
Yeah.
Leave it to Google. I wouldn't be surprised if this becomes an Olympic event.
There you go.
Because they are.
It'd be a new way to take a selfie too. I mean,
Yeah,
you just
absolutely.
while you're riding the bike, you
Right.
turn around and stick your face in the camera and smile for a little bit, and you'll see what happens.
Absolutely.
Hashtag selfie and all that other
Good quality
stuff.
selfie.
Yeah, and your GPS located, so you're forever associated with that point on Earth.
Oh, very
So
cool.
next, when the aliens take over, they'll figure out you're going to be right there, and you can surprise them and win and save humanity.
It's one
I
way
don't
to
know where
live
else-
forever, right?
Yeah, like a ninja or something. All right, I think that's about all I can talk about right now. So have a Merry Christmas.
All right. We have a brand new segment today. So
Ooh, what's that?
this segment is coming to us from Corey and Terrell, and this is going to cover gaming, something that we haven't really been diving into too much with our segments. So our new segment today with Corey and Terrell, and play with this. Take it away, you guys.
All right.
Hi, I'm Corey, otherwise recognized by that fresh-to-death mustachio.
Then I can't hear.
And I'm Terrell, the guy on the right who looks overly happy.
And welcome to our very first Play With This segment on the MCBS Hour. With the insight provided, we seek to inspire our fellow media strategists to leverage the ideas and resources presented to further enable your efforts on projects or ideas and turn them into reality. Next slide, please. With a connection to core curriculum course, Psychology of Play, virtual gaming technology is among leading innovations that help reduce cost and quality of training throughout a multitude of industries, from the commercial, government, and even military sectors. In this case, I provide an example illustration of how the U.S. Army's Next Generation Warfare Training Center has included virtual gaming into their standard business practices to increase the quality of training and combat preparedness using the dismounted training system. By leveraging the multi-billion-dollar gaming industry, the U.S. Army, combined with former industry game developers and, what do you know, Full Sail University gaming technology graduates, made the initiative in 2011 to revolutionize their train-to-fight efforts. And currently, tools such as the DSTS, among many others, have been reported as some of the most cost-efficient and effective training methods used to simulate different operating environments with real-time mission rehearsal capability. So, MCBS crew, any idea of what you should take from this?
I mean, when I was in the military, we used for training on the Javelin missile system. We didn't have to actually fire the missile because it's a multi-$1,000 missile per shot. I believe it's like in the $600,000 range per each load. And we used to use these simulators to train privates and new soldiers on how to lock onto targets and and fire and make sure they hit the target and don't waste not only taxpayers' money but don't waste rounds that are much needed in a combat zone.
John, how did
That's
that
really
translate from real life? So, like when they practice on the gaming console or the actual game, and then going out and having to use it in a practical, real life way, how did that translate the practice from one to the other?
I mean, you learn how to target the vehicles because what the Javelin system is it's a thermal imaging system. So it takes a picture of the vehicle, and you need to make sure that you learn how to get exactly what parts of the vehicle in the picture for it to lock onto.
Okay.
So by using this virtual system, they learn exactly how big the area needs to be.
Right. It's important. One of the things we intended to help everyone understand was that it's important from this story to recognize the skills of those around you and within your career industry that may be able to assist or support you in your future efforts. For this reason, you may be able to leverage other skills or expertise as a supporting or driving element to help bring life to your media strategy ideas. For instance, you may want to seek support from current students with skills relevant to your initiatives, such as the gaming students at our college, or perhaps maintain a working relationship with the current career development staff for industry opportunities, such as those given to the dedicated graduates that were a part of this project. So now we'll move on to the next slide. Now we move into our gamification plugin that further emphasizes on the benefits of our curriculum studies and offers an effective use example within the commercial industry. So, in case we're not all familiar with the term, I'll quickly explain. Gamification is commonly referred to as the use of game elements in a non-game context, such as rewards or incentives, etc. I'd like to highlight a California-based company named Innovation Games that built an entire business model around this very same concept. From strategic sales to corporate strategy, from market research to product innovation, the games that they're creating are being used to solve problems in all industries. And most important to note, companies like Innovation Games are consistently seeking talented media strategists from all skill levels, such as paid internships, all the way to full-time positions, with expertise in a relevant field such as social media, design, marketing, and various others that relate to our social media communication studies. As a proven market leader within their industry, Innovation Games looks to continue their success with helping large and small corporations incorporate games into workflow processes using innovative techniques that target company needs to discover, shape, prioritize, and act on ideas to prosper. Thanks for listening, and now I'll pass the mic off to my man Terrell for news within the game community. Next slide.
Alrighty, it's time to talk about news within gaming, and we're going to talk about one of the biggest awaited releases of 2014, which is Super Smash Bros. U in 3DS. This is the fourth installment in the Super Smash Bros. Franchise and one of the most popular platform fighters of all time. With rumor of 50-plus characters in this game and several new and veteran characters that are already ready to return, like Sheik and Zero Suit Samus, and newcomers Mega Man and Greninja, I couldn't be any more excited for this game. The 3DS copy of Smash Bros. Will be released this summer, and the Wii U version will come out this winter. So everyone start pre-registering because the game is going to take Smash Bros. To a whole nother level. Get your first-hand experience to see exclusive footage and tournament gameplay on June 10th, where Nintendo announced an invitational tournament at E3 2014 at the Nokia Theater live in Los Angeles, where some of the best Smash players in North America are invited to compete. There's also a chance to play a demo of the game during the weekend of E3, June 10th, at participating Best Buy stores. So go get your hands on that. The hype of this game couldn't get any bigger. I know I'm excited, and you can find more information at smashboards.com. I'll see you then, Smash community. Can you switch to the next slide?
Sure.
All right, now it's time to talk about current and past tournaments within the gaming community. The fighting game tournament Civil War VI occurred April 12th through the 13th in Richmond, Virginia this year. It's an annual major fighting game tournament that features some of the biggest East Coast names in the community. Several games were featured in this major, from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Blaze Blue, King of Fighters, and of course Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. One game definitely worth mentioning during the tournament was the old school presence of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Many veteran players come out to play this most popular Street Fighter game, and luckily for us Full Sail students, we actually have arcade machines throughout the school if you really want to get some Street Fighter in. So stop by Building 3C to play some Super Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition. I know when I start playing Super Street Fighter 2, no one can get me off that arcade machine. You can ask any of my classmates. You can switch to the next slide. And you can find all of our information covered in the notes or the live venue. And thanks for stopping by. That's Gaming Segment with Corey and Terrell.
That's awesome, Corey and Terrell. What is the name of the segment again?
Play with this.
Awesome.
Very, very good job.
Thank you, guys.
And I learned, and that was really interesting about the 3DS. Of course, I hate to admit that I am just not cool.
She is.
But well, thank you. But I thought it was pretty cool that I owned a Wii through possession of my children, and this game is something that my kids like to play as well. And I noticed when you were talking about it, Terrell, the Smash Brothers 3 is going to be on the Wii U. Does that mean it won't be able to be played on the older system?
No, it won't be able to be played on the Wii, just the Wii U and 3DS.
Okay, but not like the older Wii. It has to be the updated Wii U.
Yes, it does.
All right, that's bummy.
Yeah, it is, but it's definitely worth.
Definitely worth them doing it. They love it. So I'm with you. I can see why it's such a big success.
And usually when you're a serious gamer, you have more than one console. So
well, I know, but neither one of mine are up to date. All right. Well, thank you both very, very much. And now we are going to move on to Be Social Media Savvy with Juliana and Monet.
Okay. Well, just gonna wait for the clapping to die down.
That's just because we love you.
Okay. Well, this is hashtag Be Social Media Savvy with Juliana and myself. And one of the biggest trends in social media marketing is image-centric content versus traditional text-based. According to a Trends report, between 65 and 85% of people describe themselves as visual learners. I know, like I do. So today we just want to share a few tips on how to boost social media engagement by using the right kinds of visuals. Change the slide, please.
So like she said, most people have a very limited attention span, and information's being thrown at us from literally all over the place. So delivering relevant content through simple yet aesthetically appealing visuals is key to grabbing the audience's attention and getting your message across on social media. So here are 5 types of images that we can use to catch the viewer's attention and boost social media engagement. And for the sake of this presentation, we're considering both images as well as videos. Next slide, please.
Okay, so our first shot is an action shot, and this is basically capturing in the moment, footage displaying what you do best. So here we have One Direction doing what they do best, and that's just singing. And you go to the next slide.
Of course, One Direction.
I know somebody who will
So the
infatuated
second
with
one
them.
would be a backstage sneak peek or a team photo. So sharing photos of colleagues in the workplace brings a human side to the company. It invites viewers into their ecosystem. We saw this on the award-winning Dollar Shave Club video, which has now reached over 14 million views on YouTube. He used humor and literally brought us closer to the company by introducing us to his own employees and everything that goes on backstage in the factory. Customers want to connect with a person and not just an idea or the image of a corporation. Next.
And here we have, Starbucks. And this is going to be the product shot where you don't just talk about it, you show it. So here, like, they're showing their new vanilla latte. And you can see it's like, yeah, can you click it? Yeah, okay, thank you. So, yeah, and you can see that it's the word on play with lattes, hashtag vanilla latte, Starbucks. And yeah, that's just basically it. Next slide.
Okay. So this is an example that's close to me. So this is my best friend. Her name is Ananda, and she's a fashion blogger as well as she does beauty reviews for products. And about 2 weeks ago, she posted this photo on her social media account as well as her blog, and she tagged the Kardashian collection, which is the dress that you see here in the picture. So if you can click on the next, yeah. So not only did they comment on this photo, as you can see this very last comment from the Kardashian collection. You can click one more, please. Yeah, so this is the post on her blog, and then one more. So they reposted her photos and her blog posts on their own blogs. So not only this is showing the power of using hashtags and actually tagging, companies and products, but this elevates the customer loyalty by 100%. So Ananda was, of course, very happy, and she definitely got some extra traffic from that post. So it's, this creates a mutual relationship between the customer and the business.
And she paid nobody for that free exposure.
Oh, no.
That was all organic.
No,
Beautiful.
not at all. Yeah, and from this, actually, she's building a relationship with their PR because her content is very high quality. If you go to her blog, it's, she's very creative, high quality imagery, and it's very, very relevant. So they created a relationship over, a tag on her Instagram, pretty much.
Yeah, and I'm sure they will be revisiting her blog. And the beauty of social media is the retagging, is that when you have your content being forwarded, and that's what enriches it. And people that usually forward your content will come and revisit your site. So it's always good that she can keep it updated and keep the good work going.
Yeah, and somebody was doing a really good job over at, the Kardashian brand for social media listening. And they picked that up and, corresponded and shared the love.
Absolutely.
I love to see real life examples of that happening.
Yeah. It's very exciting.
Wow, great. Awesome.
Yeah, next.
Okay. And so for our last slide, we have, what is this called? Pinterest. It's a site, and this one is Everyday Health. And basically what they do is they just give you graphics, text to motivate you, and pictures. So just things that just pop out to you.
Yeah, so as we can see, when it comes to using social media for businesses, every communication should be an attempt to connect. Images create emotion, and emotions is what really sells. We hope you enjoyed this segment of Be Social Media Savvy with Juliana and
Monet, and we'll see you next time.
Woo-hoo! Thank you guys. That was fantastic. right, so we are going to move on to Tool Time. And this time it is going to be with Clayson.
Hello, everyone. All right. Now, Shannon, if you could just
Will do.
move on to the next slide for me.
I hope.
Thank you. I don't know. I don't need much of an intro, I guess. Anyway, so I guess you can start the video, Shannon. I don't know if you're ready.
There we go.
So this this app is for anybody who likes to listen to music. It is basically a new way to organize and view your music, and it's called Listen. What it does is it brings in all of your music albums, playlists from iTunes. You can either view it in a landscape or a portrait. And I believe what I'm going to do next is click on an album or a playlist, yes. And so what you do is it's very gesture-based. You can either obviously view this in a portrait or landscape. And what this does is you drag it up to share it or AirPlay it, and then you drag it up again to share it with messages or with mail. Oh, it's very laggy. I don't like that. Ooh. Or with Twitter and Facebook. And of course I went through all of them, so we're just gonna have to wait.
I think this is when you sing, Clayson. Go ahead.
La 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 la. And so and so you tap on it again to play it, tap on it again to pause it, slide to rewind, slide to fast forward. I thought this was pretty cool. I don't know. Because I think that the basic music thing is just really boring. And so if you really like the song, you can slide it up, you know, to add it to your favorites, or you can slide it up again, say, because you hate that song again. And so when you like it, it creates its own favorites playlist, and you can go in there and look at it, shuffle them, do whatever you like.
I like that idea.
Very visual.
Yeah.
Very.
And so you can, of course, shuffle your whole album, and you can even, wait for it, search your media library.
Ooh.
Nice.
Whoa.
Wow.
And I believe it organizes them by alphabetically. I don't know. I think that's what it does. Like, I was going to type in Michael Jackson, of course, because I don't know, I wanted to listen to Bad then, apparently. But, so that is Listen. And the best part is, it is absolutely free.
That is good.
It's free, right, Juliana?
Okay, so tell us
There are no ads. There are no ads.
How are they monetizing?
I don't know.
I have a question. Is that like
Yes.
online music like Pandora, or is that from your iTunes library?
No, it imports all of your existing music, all of your playlists, all of your everything,
So it is
the
your
way it's
iTunes,
organized,
Okay.
all of that. And it just basically puts it in a fancy new way to look at it.
Oh, okay.
What's the name of the app again for everybody?
It's called Listen.
Great.
Just listen.
Very diverse playlist you have there, Clayson. I was
Oh,
very,
yeah.
Very impressed.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm a very diverse person.
Very good.
Yes, you are.
All right, and I believe I have one more app.
I think so. Where did it go?
Oh, I don't, actually. Okay.
I thought it was
Well-
all right there. No, it's going to play the same thing again.
Yeah, you can move forward.
There we go.
Oh, am I playing it again?
No.
No, you don't have
No.
to do it again.
Okay. All right. Well, that has been Tool Time with Clayson. With no Tool Time lady, I might add.
We knew we could get rid of her one way or another.
All right, so I guess this is a wrap.
This was absolutely fantastic, everybody. Thank you very much for participating. I know that it was a lot of work and that a lot of you had to get together over spring break, so I really loved seeing you guys get together and pull something together. And
we'll see you next week.
And see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.